Hello everyone, this is Fabriello and welcome back. And since September is almost over, this is the last week of the month, it's time for the pickups. And comparing with August and the summer months, I didn't manage to get as much stuff as before, but I was still able to gather some interesting things, both one movie, one TV series, some games, and one soundtrack, which I'm very happy for that, by the way, since it's not all days I managed to buy a soundtrack. But let's just start it because there isn't, as I said, as much stuff as before, and like always, we'll start with movies and TV series. So I couldn't resist with this one. Dark Star by John Carpenter. And for what I know, for what I read, might be wrong, but um, this is John Carpenter's first movie, and supposedly a sci-fi comedy. And I cannot wait to watch this because I am a huge fan of John Carpenter. Recently, I've been rewatching most of his movies, buying DVDs and everything since I watched most of his work before, but I always wanted Carpenter's movies in my collection, and it's cool having his first work. And just looking for the images behind it, looks such a crazy, crazy movie. Probably it will be, I suppose, like a sci-fi college movie, something like that. I cannot wait the weirdness and craziness of the first John Carpenter movie. Because after seeing again his movies like Big Trouble in Little China, my favorite, um, They Live, Escape from New York, I love that one, The Fog, the Halloween series. I'm a huge Carpenter fan, so the first one, it's a must. And next, the TV series that now it's eating up most of my gaming time, which is my free time. I usually use it for games or stuff like that. But now there is this specific TV series that I cannot stop watching because it's so good that every time that I have the opportunity, I watch an episode or part of it. It depends, and that is none other than Twin Peaks. I love this series. I remember that I watched it for the first time, some episodes here and there, but I never follow it for the first one to the last one. But we're talking about years ago, so I always had this curiosity regarding Twin Peaks. Say, I always wanted to watch it thoroughly. And recently, I heard talking about it. I was talking with a friend about Twin Peaks and the Lynch. So I say, that's it. It's time to buy it. It's time to watch it. So I managed to find the definitive gold box edition, which has, like, I suppose, a better quality, better sound. It has a lot of bonus features, and it's interesting that all the episodes are there is a sort of introduction uh, done by the log lady. She says very interesting thing, but in such a creepy way, and that's the one of the charms to me of Twin Peaks. It's very, very nice. There is that particular comedy, but also that constant creepiness and weird situation. I love this. I love this. I cannot wait to finish it because I'm in the middle of season two. Um, there's talking about logics, so it's so interesting. It's so interesting and cool. Fantastic series. And moving on to games now. This time I've decided mainly to increase my collection, but my situation is a bit weird because most of my consoles are in Italy, and I don't have many occasions to play with them. So, but since Christmas, it's slowly coming, and that is the only occasion when I managed to stay there for more than a week at least. So having some times to play with my other consoles rather than the PSP and DS alone. I've decided to buy a couple of games for those consoles, and let's start with the original Xbox. And a console that sometimes I tend to underestimate it, but I've nothing against it, of course. Simply because I don't know why I always had the regret that I should have bought a PS2 at the time, but now it's too late for that. And I've decided to go with Return to Castle Wolfenstein: Tides of War because recently I watched good old Doomwave's Wolfenstein New Order review, and while I was watching it, I was thinking, how it's been a while since I've played a Wolfenstein game, and I played Return to Castle Wolfenstein years ago on PC, and I liked it. So I say, well, let's try for the Xbox, since every Xbox consoles, the main strength of them are first-person shooters. So let's try this game that I liked it on Xbox, since I see there's like a player mode, maybe it will be a co-op, that would be very cool, I have to say. And it's been so long that I played this that why not? It could be interesting replaying it, but on console. So can't wait to replay good old Wolfenstein, and with this, the next ones will probably be the PS3 games now that I have it. And speaking of consoles that I cannot play, we got, of course, the Wii. And for this occasion, I decided to go with a game that I always wanted and finally managed to get my hands on it. Mad World by Platinum, published by Sega. A very interesting game for the Wii, I have to say, with the reputation of the family-friendly and kids console. You will not expect a game like Mad World. We all know what it is. This crazy, very gory, with a very um, stylized gore, with this cool and edgy black and white game, with the only color in the game is blood. And the crazy idea of these TV shows where you kill people um, on air, and the most like an interesting, extravagant, or elaborate killing will get more audience and more applause and more rating. I mean, that's such a crazy and cool idea that you will not expect on the Wii, and proves the fact that the Wii has a very varied and interesting library. But we all know that. And I really would like that Nintendo will make more games like this on the Wii U, speaking of more like weird and hidden gems in a way games. Not only first party, but we all know that, so I'm not getting into that. And next, the two games that I'm currently playing, one from the DS, which I finally managed to get this, which is Solatorobo by Namco Bandai. Um, I've played about 2 hours of this, I believe, and I'm really liking it. I always wanted to play this, but I don't know for what reason. On Amazon and eBay, especially on Amazon, most of the time I check on that first. It was always very expensive for a DS game, and I didn't want to spend like 20, 25 pounds for a DS game, so I waited. Finally managed to get for less than £10, and I'm loving this game. And it's very original. It's really gorgeous to look at it. I love the graphics for the DS, the anime style. Um, the gameplay is very funny and engaging and interesting, and the story it's starting to um, reveals to me, and it sounds interesting. We'll see what Solus Robo will give me in the near future, since this is the game that I will um, play the most after I finish the next game, which is Legend of Heroes: A Tear of Vermilion. Technically, Legend of Heroes 4. This is chronologically the prequel of Moonlight Witch. Technically, it's the sequel because it came out later. But in the Gaga trilogy chronology, this is the first game. And obviously, I want to play all the games of the Gaga trilogy. I almost finished that one. I was supposed to make a video discussion about this before this pickup video, but Twin Peaks, as I said, it's most of my time. So recently, I haven't been playing this as much as before. So I'm almost at the end. Basically, yesterday I tried the final boss for the first time, but I didn't make it, and he killed me. So now I'm just grinding a little before trying again. So I will do a video discussion about this pretty close in the near future, because I like this game so much that it made me buy the soundtrack for it, because the music in this game is so good. Let's take it out of the way. The music in Tear Vermilion, it's fantastic. In my previous Moonlight Witch video, I said that for whatever reason, I didn't pay much attention to the soundtrack. I don't know what happened. It's the first time that I wasn't 100% focused on JDK and Falcon music. This time, from the beginning, I said, "Hey, wait a second. This soundtrack is the music in this game is very good." So, bam, bought the soundtrack. Since I have a small soundtrack collection, which it's progressively growing, and having at least the first, well, this is the second actually, Legend of Heroes CDs soundtrack. It's actually two CDs, but the second Legend of Heroes soundtrack, it's really good because I love the music in this game, and I cannot wait to talk to you about Hero Vermilion in the next future. And this is it for the pickups of September. Um, as I said, not much stuff, but I believe quite interesting, from weird movies, a cult TV series, some retro games, and a really nice soundtrack. Very happy with this, I have to say. But thanks for watching, guys. Like always, I hope you enjoyed it, and like, take care.